Hello and welcome to another edition of Community Spotlight, where we're introducing you to local service professionals in our community. I'm your host, Ryan Anderson, and with us today is Steven Barber with State Farm Insurance.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks for being here.
Glad to be here, man.
Yep,
Thanks
glad
for
to have you. A couple questions for you. Where are you from originally?
Originally, I'm from Birmingham, Alabama. Then I moved to Texas when I was 9 years old. So pretty much raised in Texas, but definitely born in Alabama.
Cool.
And for those that understand this, I was brainwashed into being an Alabama fan, so roll tide. It's kind of weird. I was in the military before, and then I went in when I got out. I've always wanted to own my own business, and I didn't really know what that was going to be in. And I honestly me and my wife did a lot of praying, talking about it, thinking about random stuff. I looked into being a firefighter, police officer, some of the generic, kind of that default stuff you come out as a veteran. And I don't mean generic in like a bad way. It's just kind of, there's a lot of veterans in both those communities, and so it's kind of it's an easier transition, and you may end up knowing people too. So, but my dad was also in sales my whole life, so that wasn't going to be able to provide a lot. I've never been very money motivated, but when you have two children, money starts becoming more of a real want and need.
Yeah,
those little kids are expensive.
You got to feed your family.
Right. So I started looking into it. I kept seeing a recruiter on LinkedIn, kept advertising, kept coming across it. My sister worked for a State Farm agent. She was a receptionist when I was in college. She had told me back then seemed like a really good gig. She's my little sister, so I did tell her that she was stupid, which worked out because I hear that all the time now. But yeah, so I reached out to him, learned more about it. It truly is a great small business opportunity. Probably one of the best small business opportunities in the country that is not well known at all. People don't realize that you don't buy in. There's a lot of good things about it. So talked about it with my wife, went in, worked for a State Farm agent for about 2.5 years to learn the business, make sure this is what I wanted to do, and then got my opportunity and started October 1st.
Nice, up 16.
So we do everything that State Farm will allow us to do. So it's all through State Farm products, but we do way more than most people think. So we do the auto insurance, obviously. We do car and home insurance, which most people are familiar with. And then we also do life insurance is a big one. We're actually the largest life insurance company in the world, or in the United States. And then we also do supplemental health insurance, so it's not going to be major medical insurance right now. Because of everything that keeps changing. So we used to, I don't know if we will in 2018 because of everything that's going on. But then we do bank, so we do car loans, we do home loans, we do HELOCs, HELONs, we do
Emo loans?
I don't anymore. No, not anymore. I would say don't be a stranger. I think you have anyone that has, and even if it's not a State Farm agent, if you have an insurance agent professional, you have an agent, you need to use him or her. You need to talk to them every once in a while, once a year. I strongly encourage my customers to come in. I'm not trying to sell you something or sell them something every time. It's just to make sure things are still where they need to be. I'm responsible for my clients and my clients' liability and their risk and what kind of exposure they have. And if I don't know, I may write somebody and they're 25 or 28 and they just get married, and then I don't talk to you for 5 years. Well, you may have 2-3 children, you may have bought a bigger house, you may have added on to the house, you may have gotten a new job. There's so much changes. Just touching base with them. We are not the enemy. We're not trying to, we're an advocate for our customers or for our clients. So, we want to make sure that they're taken care of. So, talking to your agent, touching base with them once a year, just to make sure that things are all right, things are good where they're at. Such a hard one. He can't be too attractive 'cause it's not realistic. So,
By the way, guys, if you can't tell, this guy is yoked. This guy's arm's as big as my leg.
Well, that's because you have small legs.
I do, yeah.
It's not really my arm. My arm's not very big. It's just comparatively. So, I would say either Russell Crowe from, but not the fat one, the Russell Crowe
From the
like,
Gladiator. Yeah, the stud.
Pretty
Got it,
awesome.
Yeah.
Or Tom Hardy. He's kind of one of my favorite actors lately, and I think he's almost ugly enough to be me. So I think, and when he has the beard and stuff, I think we look pretty similar. Plus, we're both from the same area. I'm like Scottish, so it's close enough.
Got it. Good answer.
The best is through my, we have a website, which is Steven Barberinsurance.com. It's kind of a long one, but we have that, and I spell my name with a V, which is the correct way to spell your name when your name is Steven. And then I do have a phone number, 817-238-2265. I have an amazing team. I'm on top of them. I make sure, try to hold them accountable as best I can. Most of the time, it's them making sure that I remember things, but they're amazing. I've got 3 women that work for me right now, and we're training one more, and then hopefully adding another here in January. But they're amazing.
Cool. Well, folks, give this guy a call if you have any insurance needs. I know that he takes really good care of his clients. So this concludes this edition of Community Spotlight. We appreciate you watching. We're encouraging you to support your local businesses. Steven,
Yes, sir.
thanks for being here.
Thank
Have
you
a
very
great
much.
day.